What if, let's say, everything we thought we knew about Jenny and Sumit actually wasn't true? What if the love story that survived the age gaps, the family issues, the cultural issues, and finally the drama has quietly ended, without cameras, without announcements, without a real statement? So, be sure to stick around until the very end of this video to see how clues fans are currently discovering might drastically alter your perception of Jenny and Sumit's relationship. Jenny and Sumit have been the subject of more gossip and talks than any other 90-Day Fiancé couple in the franchise's history thus far. Their relationship has been more than just love and hate. It has been a roller coaster ride full of secret marriages, arguments with parents, emotional meltdowns, and, this is it, they've broken up. And yet, in the end, they managed to make their way back together, that is, if what the audience saw on TV was for real. But lately, something has happened. Different. The fans on social media are asking this question louder and louder. Did Jenny and Sumit secretly divorce each other? Was there any major incident or tell-all moment when this happened? Was there any TLC teaser conveying this message into viewers' ears? The truth is there are many unclear points and some weird behaviors between both players that caught our full and undivided attention without any particular reason. It all began when Jenny looked more and more detached during her latest appearances. Her tone was friendly, and her smiles looked forced. Moreover, the passion she had when talking about Sumit now didn't seem to exist anymore. At the same time, something was up with Sumit as well, don't you think? Not as much talk about Jenny anymore. Not as much sharing. And an overall feeling that they don't present themselves as one unit anymore. Now, before we go rushing to judgment on this, of course we're clear that the video isn't concerned with spreading rumors or what have you. It's concerned with interpreting the clues that many of its thousands of viewers are already obsessed with tracking down online. Yet another major red flag? The silence. Jenny and Sumit have never hesitated in coming out in defense of their relationship. Any slightest criticism or doubts raised? They were there. And how? Loudly. Passionately. But here. Silence. No clarifications forthcoming. No reassurance. Just silence. And as any good 90-Day Fiancé fan will know, sometimes just quiet can be very telling. Viewers have also started watching reruns of older episodes to contrast Jenny's attitude now with how she described her future in India before. A contrast so jarring that what sounded like resolute determination now borders on resignation. And fans are asking, what happened off camera that we don't know about? In this video, we're breaking it all down, the social media clues, interviews that fans can't stop replaying, the moments TLC didn't explain, and that growing theory that Jenny and Sumit may have chosen to end things in private. You won't believe how deep this rabbit hole goes. So make sure you're subscribed, hit that like button if you love 90-Day Fiancé deep dives, and comment below, do you think Jenny and Sumit are still together, or is this the quiet end of a long painful love story? If there is any space where 90-Day Fiancé enthusiasts become full-time detectives, it is social media, and as concerns Jenny and Sumit, the venue where divorce gossip began was social media itself, though not through any single revelation but through small changes that loyal viewers got suspicious of straight away. The first red flag? Jenny's activity on Instagram. Her fans noticed that while Jenny was posting pictures of her time spent with Sumit, be it through selfies or celebrations, she just stopped after some time. There was no activity of hers for weeks, and then no activity of hers for months, they observed. Her recent activity indicated a change in tone, now it was more introspective and emotional in many cases. Even more? The older pics of Sumit that quietly vanished? No explanation. No comment. Vanished. Of course, this isn't exactly evidence of a breakup, just based on social media, but as fans were analyzing his timelines, things began looking quite suspicious. And coincidentally, at this same time, things also began changing about Sumit's account as well. He wasn't nearly as active, at least, in terms of Jenny. Not a single supportive comment, nor a single share of a post. And in addition, if a fan asked a question in a post, that question seemed to disappear entirely. That silence, however, only fueled speculation. And then there were the interviews. In interviews given recently, Jenny's words have picked eyebrows. She changed from Louise to I. She changed from discussing future plans regarding India to vaguely discussing, figuring things out, and what is best for my health and happiness. Even to an ordinary viewer, this might seem fine, after all, who doesn't do that? But to those who have been with Jenny through this journey, this change does seem apparent. As for Sumit, his replies to questions of their future seemed rehearsed and distant as he referred to responsibilities, stress levels, pressure, but Jenny? Not a word. And for those who had clung to each other in defiance of the world, this distance seemed glaring evidence of how much they had moved away from each other. The audience also noticed this, lacking was any defense. Jenny and Sumit truly lived up to the title clapbacks. If people doubted them, they'd prove their critics wrong. If family issues went viral, they'd give us more context. If they got hate on the internet and people pointed out how much hate they got because of their relationship, they'd show the world how much they truly loved each other. And while the news and rumors fly around the internet claiming that they're getting divorced, no words and, of course, as fans love to say, if it's not true, why not shut it down? One notable detail related to Jenny's increased attention to independence. She started to concentrate more on personal growth and emotional exhaustion. Some fans, as noted in the reading, observed Jenny to be more obsessed with her independence, while there was speculation that Sumit could be related to Perm's illegitimate child from a previous relationship. Another possibility was even speculated to be that meanwhile, fans were watching their shows again, this time with fresh eyes, and what had been seen as mere normal conflict all this time suddenly appeared like significant cracks in the road to the future. Was this relationship slowly falling apart behind closed doors? Or was the pressure, family, culture, finances, and public scrutiny just too much to survive under? In the next part, we're going deeper into fan theories, body language breakdowns, and the moments viewers think TLC quietly glossed over. You won't want to miss this. As a result of rewatching old episodes of 90 Day Fiancé, some fans are realizing that there are some possible signs that were there from the very beginning. For instance, some moments were not seen as they are now in light of a possible secret divorce. One of the biggest red flags that people identify is the fact that Jenny looks tired on television. Over the various seasons of the show, Jenny's energy has shifted. At the beginning of the show, Jenny was fighting hard for her relationship. Jenny was fighting hard for her relationship and standing by her boyfriend despite what his family thought. However, over the show's later episodes, she has been less outspoken and more tired-looking for the viewer to observe. They realized how many times she would talk about how she felt tired, not only physically, but emotionally as well. In arguments, she would stop counterattacking. She would no longer fight to solve her problems or discuss them. Instead, she would simply say she was unable to muster the energy to continue the fight anymore. Fans are speculating that this wasn't just from her frustration, it was from her resignation. Then there's the way in which some on the screen too. It seems like the actor was always torn between Jenny as well as his family. Fans cannot say for certain whether the actor actually made the choice to be with Jenny as promised. Time and again, it seems like decisions were always placed on the back burners. Even as Jenny needed more assurance from Sumit's side, the latter ended up giving uncertain responses. Yet an episode in the video series that's now being viewed again in a viral capacity concerns how Sumit spoke of responsibilities. There's money to worry about, family needs to satisfy cultural pressures as well. Jenny sat by him as he's speaking, looking very uneasy. It's natural to believe the two shared a disagreement in this moment in the past. However, in consideration of how they are perceived in another aspect that is noted to have been observed and recognized is physical distance. In future episodes, there was a change with respect to body language too. They were displaying less affection. They were touching each other less. They were keeping more distance when talking. This is because when two people are close, even a fight is intimate. This did not seem to hold with respect to Jenny and Sumit. And then there's the topic everyone avoids, long-term security. Jenny would often express her fears of aging in India without stability, healthcare benefits, or family support systems. Her concerns would often be dismissed or set aside for later. Fans believe these concerns weren't just concerns, rather, they serve as deal breakers. Some viewers have also speculated that TLC has edited some deeper issues in the film as well. Conversations looked as though they have been cut short, and emotional scenes have been followed immediately by the next scene, leaving viewers wondering what hasn't been shown in the film. But here's the thing, TLC drama is TLC's favorite genre. Had Jenny and Sumit's relationship ever been this strong, we might have gotten to see that. However, what stuck with people from recent episodes is situational drama based on silence and tension. And when that information is combined with the social media silence, interview wording, and lack of denials, fans feel like all the pieces are fitting together. Nonetheless, what is left unanswered? And if indeed Jenny and Sumit did split, why not talk about it? Why no announcement? Why no closure? Next, we'll discuss possible reasons for this secrecy. This ranges from contracts to finances to the emotional aftermath that the fans might never get to see on screen. If Jenny and Sumit really did split, or even quietly divorce, the biggest question fans keep asking is simple: why hide it? And surprisingly, there are several reasons why staying silent might actually make sense. First, let's talk about TLC contracts. Reality TV couples are often bound by strict agreements that limit what they can publicly share before episodes air or seasons conclude. Announcing a breakup too early could spoil storylines, affect ratings, or even violate contractual obligations. Fans believe Jenny and Sumit may still be under such restrictions, forcing them to keep major life changes private until TLC gives the green light. Then there's the financial reality. Jenny and Sumit's relationship has been their primary source of public relevance for years. Appearances, interviews, spin-offs, and fan engagement are all tied to them being a couple. A confirmed divorce could mean fewer opportunities, less media attention, and a sudden drop in income, especially if TLC decides their story has run its course. For Jenny, that's a serious concern. She's spoken openly about financial struggles in the past. Starting over, possibly alone, would be emotionally and financially overwhelming. Keeping things vague buys time, stability, and control over the narrative. Now let's look at Sumit's side. A public divorce would come with backlash, from fans, from critics, and especially from family. Sumit has already faced years of judgment for choosing Jenny. Admitting the relationship failed after all that sacrifice could feel humiliating, especially in a culture where family expectations carry enormous weight. Some fans believe Sumit might prefer silence over explanation and letting speculation fade rather than confirming what many already suspect. And then there's the emotional aspect. Breakups aren't always dramatic. Sometimes they're quiet, slow, painful in private. Jenny may not be ready to explain herself, relive the criticism, or defend her choices once again. After years of fighting to justify her love, choosing silence could be her way of choosing peace. Fans also point out that neither of them looks free or relieved. Instead, both appear guarded, careful, almost like people navigating something unfinished. Which leads to another theory: what if they haven't finalized anything yet? Some fans believe Jenny and Sumit may be separated but undecided, emotionally disconnected but still legally tied. That would explain the mixed signals, the vague language, and the refusal to clarify their status. Because admitting uncertainty doesn't make good TV, but it makes perfect sense in real life. Still, fans aren't done analyzing. In the next part, we're diving into fan reactions, online debates, and the moment the divorce rumor truly went viral. This is where emotions explode, and opinions split hard. As soon as rumors of a secret divorce started circulating, the internet exploded. Fans immediately took to social media, breaking down every detail from Jenny and Sumit's latest posts, appearances, and even subtle facial expressions. Some argue that a quiet divorce makes sense, while others insist it's nothing more than a misunderstanding. On Instagram, Twitter, and fan forums, fans began analyzing timelines. Why did Jenny suddenly leave certain posts unshared? Why did Sumit appear distant in videos they uploaded together? Every deleted photo, every vague caption, every offhanded statement became proof to some, evidence to others. Observers noticed Jenny rarely tagged Sumit, avoided couple-centric posts, and sometimes seemed emotionally distant. To fans, these were red flags. Then came the commentary explosion. Some users said Jenny was clearly reclaiming independence. She looks happier when she's alone, one fan wrote. Others argued that Sumit's body language hinted at stress, guilt, or avoidance. When fans started comparing recent appearances with throwback clips, subtle cues seemed even more pronounced: forced smiles, tense gestures, and moments of silence that spoke volumes. Online debates quickly turned into fan investigations. Forums were filled with threads titled, "Are Jenny and Sumit divorced? Why hasn't TLC addressed their relationship? Timeline of the possible breakup." Even YouTube commenters joined the frenzy. Some analyzed minute-long clips for changes in tone, hand placement, or eye contact. Others dissected old interviews for phrases that suddenly felt prophetic or ironic. And then came the viral screenshots. Fans began sharing tweets, comments, and articles hinting that the relationship was unraveling quietly. A single ambiguous caption from Jenny or Sumit could spark hundreds of replies in just a few hours. The speculation was relentless. Some praised Jenny for moving forward, while others blamed external pressures like family, culture, or career stress. Interestingly, the online response revealed different fan factions. One group believes a secret divorce was necessary for Jenny's well-being, especially considering past struggles in India and family dynamics. Another group thinks fans are overreacting, arguing that couples often go through private conflicts that don't equate to divorce. Regardless, this fan reaction created a viral feedback loop. The more people speculated, the more others joined in, creating an almost unstoppable wave of attention. Every action, comment, or photo from Jenny or Sumit was scrutinized. Even minor pauses in video interviews were highlighted as evidence of emotional distance or separation. What's fascinating is how fans began connecting dots across years of content. Old footage, missed interactions, and unspoken tension were suddenly framed as proof of a long-building divide. The narrative shifted. Jenny wasn't just distant now, she had been navigating this separation quietly for months, maybe even years. But among the speculation, one theme kept repeating: Jenny's choices mattered most. Many fans emphasized that whether the divorce was real or rumored, her autonomy and well-being were central. And that's where the story takes a turn, from mere gossip to a deeper conversation about personal boundaries, growth, and survival. So, what's the reality behind these divorce rumors? Here's what fans and insiders have pieced together. While neither Jenny nor Sumit has officially confirmed a divorce, the subtle changes in their relationship dynamics cannot be ignored. Their public appearances, social media activity, and the way they interact on camera all suggest a shift from a traditional couple to two individuals navigating distance, personal choices, and separate priorities. One key clue fans often highlight is Jenny's apparent independence in recent videos. She's making solo decisions, handling her finances and plans quietly, and even sharing moments that emphasize self-reliance rather than partnership. Sumit, meanwhile, has appeared more reserved and careful in public, often avoiding any direct reference to personal matters with Jenny. These behaviors don't necessarily confirm a divorce, but they signal a relationship in transition. Then there's the TLC factor. Reality TV often dramatizes relationships, showing only what the editors want. Fans speculate that what viewers see might not capture the full truth. Private conversations, decisions behind the scenes, and personal struggles might never be broadcast. This means that while rumors swirl online, the real story could be far more nuanced, perhaps a couple quietly separating without fanfare, rather than a dramatic split announced to the world. Fans also note that Jenny seems to be reclaiming her narrative. Her posts, interviews, and subtle messages convey empowerment. She's prioritizing her mental health and personal happiness, an aspect fans admire, especially after seeing the challenges she faced living in a foreign culture, balancing family pressures, and navigating Sumit's commitments. Many comments praise her courage. She's choosing herself, and that's inspiring, one fan writes, while another adds, regardless of what happened, she deserves peace. It's this fan focus on Jenny's autonomy and self-respect that keeps the conversation alive. While speculation about a secret divorce drives views and engagement online, the real takeaway is more profound: relationships evolve, and sometimes stepping away quietly is the bravest choice of all. Fans are not just interested in gossip, they're analyzing how personal growth, boundaries, and cultural pressures intersect in a high-profile reality show couple. As we wrap up, let's reflect on why this story resonates. Jenny and Sumit's journey isn't just about marriage, divorce, or drama, it's about trust, transparency, and the choices we make when situations no longer serve us. Whether or not a legal divorce occurred, the lessons are clear: pay attention to patterns, listen to intuition, and prioritize well-being above all. So, what do you think? Did Jenny and Sumit secretly divorce, or is this just another fan-driven theory fueled by viral speculation? Share your thoughts in the comments below, we want to hear your opinion. White heavy checkmark if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel for more deep dives, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update on your favorite 90-day Fiancé stars. Stay tuned for more insights, viral updates, and behind-the-scenes secrets from TLC's most talked-about couples. Because at the end of the day, whether it's love, conflict, or personal choice, it's the story behind the story that keeps fans hooked.